What's up, you guys? Welcome back to I Love Movies, our channel dedicated to the love and obsession of all things movies. I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Bobby.
And you already saw the title. We're talking about Halloween Kills. What'd you think about it?
I loved it.
I loved it too. Yeah.
Loved everything about it.
Yeah. Enough said. Thank you for watching that video, guys. Please subscribe. Bye.
Yeah, no.
But this is, like you saw in the trailer, in the title, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. Trust us, we have a whole lot to say about this movie, from the mask to the acting to the kills to the soundtrack. There's so much to say about this movie, but we're going to keep it to a bare minimum.
Very bare minimum.
In this really short video. And if you're interested in seeing the next video, well, you really don't have much of a choice because we're going to film it anyways. But let's get right into it. The synopsis of the film I thought was automatically great. It was exactly what we wanted to see in a true continuation, a true part two.
To the trilogy.
Right, exactly. We have going back to that night in Halloween 2018, right? We were getting to see their version of, I guess you could say, Halloween 2, the one that came out in 1981, because, you know, we're continuing on with the night, and Laurie's pretty much in the hospital for the entirety of the film. And I feel like in this movie, with very good reason. They're not just keeping her trapped in there. She's stuck in there for a really great reason.
Very good reason.
Right?
For a very good reason, if you were paying attention to it.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like what we saw in the trailer, there was a whole lot of kills, and I guess we'll get to maybe some of those that were already spoiled in the trailer. We'll talk about that, but which we already talked about in our trailer video, which you haven't seen. Go ahead and click that card right up there. But going further on what the film was about, we pretty much have a whole lot of townspeople learning, learning what happened previously in the night, and they're gonna go after Michael Myers, and the plan is they're gonna kill him.
They're gonna try to kill him.
They're gonna try to kill him, because, and maybe we'll get to that in this video, maybe a little bit. Well, I guess we'll just already say that right now. It's really interesting. You know, there's a lot of theories that's going around on what's going to happen in the next film. We already know contractually Michael Myers can't die.
No, he cannot.
Mustafa Akkad put it in the contracts. Bad boy isn't going anywhere.
Nope.
So we're going to see what's going to happen with the whole storyline and where exactly they want to take it and how they want to end this specific trilogy. The soundtrack, I have to say, number one, was fantastic.
Killer.
When after the movie came out. Okay, so number one, I have to say, after the movie came out, which I think we even mentioned in our last video, I loved the movie so much. I even downloaded Peacock and paid for it just to watch that movie. A couple times. Just because of much that we didn't get to see in theaters, watching it those couple times. But the soundtrack was amazing. I was listening to it on Apple Music. Fucking great, dude. Fucking great. If you're a fan like we are of the music and the movie, definitely check it out. And just being able to hear the different tones and the subtlety and just the
what they added to it.
Yes, it's such a oh man, John Carpenter and Cody, and I'm spacing on the other two that worked on it this time. But such an amazing job on this soundtrack. I definitely have to say. The acting was absolutely amazing. There was a couple of flashbacks in the film that I don't think they showed anything about that in the trailer.
No, they kept that a secret.
Yeah. But it was talked about online, and that's not really spoiling too much, I don't think. At least saying that there was a flashback. No. They did show Michael Myers. There was a couple of the characters that they showed I thought was really, really great.
Good homage.
Well, one thing I have to say though, I just want to talk one thing about that trailer. I keep saying trailer. I keep wanting to say trailer. I don't know why. Because we did so many trailer reaction videos already. But one thing that I loved in that flashback was Michael Myers. By far, him in that fucking house was absolutely amazing.
Beautiful flashback. I will say that. I loved it because of the flashback. It was very, very beautiful. And I'm like, took you back. I mean, I love the recreation of the flashback of the house. Everything of Mike. I mean, I loved it. It was just it made you feel like back then.
Aaron Armstrong was fucking fantastic as Michael Myers. Oh man, as the 78 shape of Michael Myers, I think he moved fantastic. Just his body language is fucking great. I think the whole storyline involving the Strode women though was interesting. Let's just talk about the ending.
You want to talk about the ending?
I just want to talk about the ending, only because yes, we said it was gonna be spoiler free, but David Gordon Green already talked about this.
Okay.
So is it a spoiler? Maybe we won't talk about it. We'll talk about it in our
on
next
the next
video.
one.
Yeah. But definitely check out Halloween Kills if you haven't seen it yet. It's totally gory. Some people loved it. Some people actually didn't like that it was so gory. Only because the original film didn't have blood, didn't have gore. You know, barely had a little bit of fake blood, right?
Suspense. It was very little blood. Suspense.
Thank you. Wow, you really.
That's all it was. It was all the suspense. It was just that's all it took to make the movie.
Yes, John Carpenter really hit something original when he did something that was more suspenseful, just like Hitchcock did, and those older films did. And
right, and I think with every other film artist is that they are adding something just a little different to the movie, just to make it different, just a little.
Yeah, I agree, and I definitely like what they were doing with the lighting and shadowing in this film. There was a chase scene between Michael Myers and Kyle Richards, what's her name? Lindsay. Yeah, her character. Oh God, that's chasing I felt was so classic to the genre and to the franchise. Just Michael Myers chasing a girl at night was just absolutely just classic like that chasing that we saw with him chasing Laurie and yeah, it was fantastic. It was really, really great. Again, James Jude Courtney was fantastic in this film. Loved him in the last movie, loved him in this movie. I just think what Nick Castle was going for in the original film and what James is doing in this film, and even what Aaron Armstrong did in the flashbacks. I just feel like they're all just a physical great embodiment of what Michael Myers the Shape looked like in that original film. Yeah, which for some reason all the other films just couldn't replicate for whatever reason. They just didn't have the right body language, and I really appreciate that this time around they really just studied that, and I think having Nick on set
gave him
it really allowed them to see what that was like and what the body was like. Jamie Lee Curtis,
of course,
amazing.
The Queen,
Alison Matichek, fucking great. Oh my God, she killed it. And Judy Greer, girl, you fucking killed it. She killed it in this movie. She was seriously amazing. Like I said, all three Strode women in this movie, they have dynamic ranges in here. You see them going from lows to highs and everything in between. It was so fucking good. It was so great. And I think another couple of performances that we should mention, Anthony Michael Hall being one of them as Tommy Doyle.
Not the original Tommy, but
not the original Tommy. Yeah, not the original Tommy Doyle, or not Paul Rudd. And you know what? I was just watching his full interview, because I had seen pieces, but I was just watching his full interview on Howard Stern, which I fucking love Howard Stern, by the way. But God damn it, just thinking of Paul Rudd, what performance he would have given as Tommy Doyle. I like I mentioned earlier, seeing actors outside of their conventional roles always interests me, and in seeing Paul Rudd being able to come back to a horror role, because his first role was Halloween, you know what I mean?
Right.
His first movie ever was Halloween. So getting to see him come back to something like that, because he hasn't done anything like that since then, you know what I mean? I think would have been really interesting. But having Anthony Hall as Tommy this time fucking killed it. He had some stellar performances. Yeah.
What about Robert Longstreet?
Yes, Robert Longstreet as Lonnie Elam. And you know what? Number one, I have to say, I always thought his name was Lonnie Lamb. Up until like a year ago when we were watching it, I was like, oh, it is Elam.
But it does sound Lamb. It just
yeah. But that being said, I thought that we heard that this was good. This was the original Lonnie from the 78 movie.
Was it?
And I don't think it was. I was looking on his IMDb, and according to what IMDb says, this Robert has been around for a while, and the other kid who played Lonnie in the original movie, this is not him.
Really?
He has a completely different name. I don't know his name, but I'll put him up right here when I take a screenshot of it. But yeah, but not him, but incredible performance.
Yes.
I love the chemistry that he has. I love his range as an actor. I thought he did absolutely amazing. And seeing him as Dylan Arnold's dad, I thought really played very well. And on to Dylan Arnold as Cameron, fucking, oh my God. Phenomenal, yes, right?
Very phenomenal.
Fucking killed it, man. He absolutely killed it. And seeing him as Cameron this time, getting to see his acting chops stretch a little bit more in this movie than we got to see in the last movie was great. Yeah.
And if I don't mind to say, Dylan, I wouldn't mind going on a date with you.
He is so fucking cute, isn't he? Dylan Arnold is fucking dreamy as hell. He is so cute. And doesn't he look totally different with the short hair?
He does.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude. A dreamboat with the long hair, but oh my God, dreamy with the short hair. And then onto an incredible performance that we had was Will Patton as Frank Hawkins.
There you go.
As Officer Frank Hawkins, yeah. Another actor that we got to see stretch his acting performances in this movie compared to the last film. Yeah, we only got to see him in a couple scenes, and I just feel like he was just more of a generic cop.
But
that we knew, that was worth it. That we knew what was involved in this story, and we really got to see him stretch out and see like he was a really big piece of this storyline. I just thought that was really fantastic, and just the whole casting of this film was absolutely fantastic.
It was, and again, like he wasn't part of that much of the story, but the little bits and pieces that he was in with Laurie, phenomenal.
Yes, yeah, a lot of the hospital dialogue that we got, and just seeing the history that they have as characters, and just seeing how he fit in from 1978 and even prior to that, and even up until now, he was a life. You know what I mean? He was a real character that grew up around these other characters, and I thought it was really great. And the fact that he knows Ben Tramer as well, and he brought him up in a scene, and you know, we'll get into that in a longer video, just to talk about it a little bit more. All right, you guys, so thank you so much for clicking on our video and watching it. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that button down below. Give the video a great big thumbs up, and if you're not, and ring that bell to stay notified of any future content coming your way. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.